There are certain things in life I try to keep my distance from, like the girl that only wants to slur words to me on a thirsty Thursday night after she spent some time with her best friend Jim Beam, and that huge traffic jam on I-80 at 5 o'clock when everybody's trying to get as far away from their 9-to-5 lives as they possibly can. But that certain something that I try to stay away from the most is thinking about the struggles, the failed relationships, the what-ifs, the financial hardships, the people that talk about me behind my back, the people in my life that act like they care but they don't, the thought of death to loved ones, the negativity, the bad things. It's kind of like trying to put together a puzzle even though you know too many pieces are missing to make a picture, or pouring buckets of water into Lake Michigan. It's not going to make a difference. You have to keep your thoughts in the clear as much as you can. Sitting around and swimming in your regrets is just going to make you drown. It's not easy to keep the bad things out of your head. The one thing that gives me hope about the bad things is a simple phrase I've always lived by since I was 16. Everything happens for a reason. These simple words have gotten me through more than I ever thought they would. They have helped me get through the failure of love in my life, the loss of countless friendships, the bad, the good, the lies, the cheats, the games. I could go on for days. I look at these simple words I live by to be my mental stability. Think about all those bad things that have happened in the past. Your struggles, when that one person just wouldn't stop pulling you down. When love seemed like it would just never come to you. When your parents wouldn't listen to what you had to say. When you lost that something or someone that was so close to you. I'm sure you can think back and realize that some of those situations have worked themselves out. And for the situations that have not worked themselves out yet, just wait for that clock to tick and talk a little bit more, and I assure you that all of those things will find a way to bring you happiness in some sort of way. I'm not saying that if you live by these words, everything's gonna go your way. I'm not saying that Jessica Alba or that dude from Twilight is gonna walk into the grocery store when you're in aisle 5 and sweep you off your feet, or that you're gonna wake up in January and hear the weather lady say, "It's gonna be 75 and sunny today here in Chicago." It's not the way to look at it. I'm not speaking of miracles. I'm speaking about hope. I'm speaking about living life with positive eyes and a positive mind. Life is too short to sit around and bitch and complain about this and that. If I woke up every day and thought about all the bad things in my life, I wouldn't want to get out of bed. When I was younger, I found something in someone that some people call love. I went through ups and downs with the girl that I love. We found ourselves broken and bruised and screaming at each other and uttering that we wish we never met and that life would have been so much better without one another. In the month of May, our common bond of love had decided to stray. At the same time, the season of spring had turned into summer, and our love, well, turned into nothing. I don't regret the years we shared. The reason I don't regret them is I learned so much from those years. It was a struggle, and is sometimes still a struggle for this thing that beats inside of my chest. But like I said before, I learned so much from it. When the wind decides to blow love my way again, I will know so much more than I did before. I will know where to go and where not to go. I will know what to say and what not to say. Hopefully you can see from all of that, well, that everything happens for a reason, if you want it to. It's those times when you lay in bed and can't get your eyes to close to see the dreams that live inside of our heads, when it's the easiest to slip into the thoughts of those bad things, when the blankets on the bed can cover your entire body, but not even start to cover up those heavy thoughts. You can only count the ceiling tiles so many times, and all of those infomercials on the TV at 3 a.m., they don't help either. The sound of some idiot trying to get me to lose 50 pounds in the blink of an eye does not shed any weight off of those heavy thoughts upstairs. But you have to remember, somewhere in between all the tossing and turning and that guy on TV talking his head off, that there's hope for you and your burdens. You might not be able to see that hope very clearly, or you might not be able to see it at all. But let me assure you, it will come sooner or later. Just remember the time when you were a kid and you fell and scraped your knee, or when you thought you loved someone for the first time and your heart ended up in a million pieces. Think about all those things. You got back up, and they made you stronger. And And some of those things make up who you are. And who you are is who you need to be. Through the good and through the bad, you need to be you. Next time you feel like you can't carry everything that's thrown your way, just remember those simple words. Everything happens for a reason.
When to lie and when to listen. And the American people have been the ones who've been listening.